George, great to see you. What are your thoughts now that this fight has finally been made? Brook against Khan. Many thought we'd never see it, but looks like we will now see it on February the 19th.
Yeah, we're going to see it. But these guys are definitely up for it. You could see that today at the press conference. I'm excited about this fight. There's some boo-hooers out there that said, "Oh, we wouldn't see it a couple of years ago," but no, it doesn't matter. This is just as exciting now as it would have been a couple of years ago, and it's only egos. We've all got them. Fighters, ex-fighters. It's tough to make these fights sometimes. You've got to put your emotions to one side, and they've finally been able to do a deal. And I'm very excited. It's going to be very difficult to pick a winner. I'm going to be that armchair fan, I think, in the build-up to this, where I might chop and change my mind as the fight goes on. I've come here today to see if I can get a bearing on who's looking good, who's looking fresh, who's up for it, who's saying the right things. But it's brilliant. It would be a travesty if this fight didn't take place. And it might be the defining fight in the British boxing public's sort of mind of who's the best out of these two, who lasted the longest.
When it looks to who is the best, when you look at both of their resumes, what they've achieved so far in their career, who do you think is the better fighter? Who you've been most impressed by with what they've done in their career?
Oh, that's a real tough question. Because they've both been around for so long. Like I was here saying, I think Amir might be the longest reigning sort of current professional British boxer. So he turned pro when he was 18, but Brook turned pro in 2004 as well. So that they've both been around forever, it feels like. I remember Brook as a prodigy, like 11-0, and talking about him going on to do great things, and Amir having the success in Athens, and then just being a overnight star, and then having to shoulder that responsibility of being a big name. They've both been involved in huge fights. It's hard. I mean, what's coming to mind now is they've both moved up in weight and lost, and they've both lost to Crawford, which I'm not really doing them a good justice here, because they've had tremendous wins. Obviously, Khan with the wins over Maidana, and then Brook with his win over Porter. I think evenly. I genuinely think this might be the one to say who was better than the other, or at least who lasted the longest. Who keep themselves in better nick. Khan obviously got to the highest level real quick. Won a world title against Salida, and Barrera he had to fight against. Going through the history, hopefully I'm not getting these wrong, but it's been a long time coming. I am grateful that this fight's been made.
And finally, what will you be looking out for on the night? Where will the fight be won and lost?
Well, you don't want to. You never want to be that cliche armchair fan, as I say. Go, well, Amir's really fast, but if he gets clipped, he might go over. And Brook, he's a solid little puncher he can whack, but also lately, he's been stopped. So, speed versus power. But it's going to be who comes out and is feeling good, is confident, deals with the occasion. I mean, it might be that one. Obviously, both these guys are vastly experienced, but they haven't had this domestic dust-up in the UK before, and that brings its own unique set of challenges that you might be encountering for the first time. Amir, you would imagine, always starts really quickly. He might start quick. He's going to have his feet under him. So he's been come unstuck before in the past, where almost his hands are too quick and his feet don't follow, or they don't marry up so well, and then Brook will be looking to time something. He'll be looking to punch with him. He won't be able to necessarily, and he's got extremely fast hands, but he probably thinks, don't point me trying to punch after him, I'll punch with him. So as soon as the punches come in, he'll take his head off the line and fire back. If he has that success, then it's his fight to win. Family is just a bit too slick, wants to maybe box high on his toes, bouncing around. This could be his fight, and then he could walk, not necessarily walk Brook onto one, but fast in and out style, watch, put one on top of him, spring into range, land a big shot. So you'll be watching this fight with this could be finishing at any moment. Don't blink for a second.
And very, very finally, I know you say you're sitting on the fence, you're not quite sure. What is your prediction 10 weeks out from this fight?
10 weeks out today, I thought Amir Khan dealt with the press conference today. He was a little bit better prepared. I'm going to go with. I think, although I probably would have picked Brook a few years ago, I'm going to go Khan today. I might change my mind.